Hey everyone, welcome back to DIY Beauty on Purpose. This video is packed with tons of Dollar Tree crafts you are going to love. Headed to Dollar Tree once again. This time we're going to get to the crafting aisle. You've seen the stickers before. I have done several videos, and today I have for you some new Dollar Tree sticker hacks you are going to love. We're going to start with this piece of board. This is part of one of those like wooden boards that you can find at Dollar Tree. These are their larger ones. I used it for a previous project, but today I'm just going to use the remaining piece. I'm going to cover the little holes using some wood filler, and then I'm going to sand it down once it's dry. This is just going to cover them up. I'm also going to sand down the edges because it's a little splintery from when I cut it. And then I'm going to give it one pretty heavy coat of Waverly chalk paint and the white, and we're going to let it fully dry. As that dries, I'm going to take this windmill welcome stake. It's from Dollar Tree, all the way from the summertime. I had it left over in my stash. I'm going to remove the bottom portion and just keep the little windmill part. The little middle portion I'm going to remove because it has a little sticking part in the back, and then I'm just going to attach it with some permanent glue and hot glue. That way it's going to be a little bit more flat on the back. I'm also going to give it a fresh coat of black paint. I do like the distressed look it has, but I want it to be a little bit darker. So I'm just going to give it one coat of the Waverly chalk paint and the ink, and we're going to do all over it.
I got you, and you got me too. You can ride all the blue.
And while that dries, I'm going to do a stitch look on the board. I'm just going to use a permanent marker with a thin tip, and I'm going to use my ruler just to keep me nice and straight. And we're just going to do dashed lines. This is going to give it the illusion of a stitch look, which I really love that look. And I'm going to do it in all four sides. And now I am going to bring in the first set of stickers. These are beautiful. They have a very farmhouse look. They look like little mini farmhouse signs, and they're just so adorable. They come all these set in one pack, and I'm going to use this little longer one, and I'm just going to place it on the right side of the board. Once I have it where I want it, I'm going to press it down, and then I'm going to take the windmill, and I'm just going to place it where I want it so that it looks pleasing to the whole design. Then I'm just going to press down and kind of mark where I need to make a hole. There's still a little part that is lifted on the back, so I'm going to use my drill to drill a hole, and then we can place the windmill right through it, attaching it with hot glue and permanent glue as well.
We can leave and run away someday.
I wanted to add more texture and color to this design, so I wanted to add these leafy greens. These are just leftover from another pick, and I'm going to hot glue it right onto the top. And once I had it where I wanted it, I think it turned out so adorable. You're going to have to let me know what you think of this one. I placed it first because it's one of my favorites, but let me know what you think. Look how beautiful it looks. It's fresh. It's beautiful. I love the little sticker, how it looks like a cute little farmhouse sign. For the next Dollar Tree hack, I'm going to start with this farmhouse truck. They have them in their crafting section. They have all kinds of wooden shapes, and I found this one recently, and I grabbed a couple. I'm going to give the entire thing, except for the rails on top, 2 coats of Waverly chalk paint in the white. Once that was dry, I'm going to use that Waverly antiquing wax just to stain the rails, just to look a little bit more like wood and a little darker. And I'm just going to do 1 coat and wipe any excess. Here's the stickers that we're going to use on this one. Oh, these are so vintage looking. I love them. They come several in a set, and they're just kind of 3D also, just like the previous one. So beautiful. I'm just going to try to measure just to see which one I think will look best. I ended up going with that one. It just was a little longer. The wood tone matched the darker wood tone from the rails. So we're just going to place it right there on where the door would be. We're going to press it down. It has a little sticker on the back, and it actually adheres pretty well. I'm going to use more of the Waverly white paint, and we're just going to dab a little bit on the rail just to look like if it has snow fallen on it. And we're going to do the same on the sticker just to make it look like snow just fell on the truck. I'm going to draw what the wheel or the tire would be like because I do want to paint them black, and I'm going to use Waverly chalk paint in the ink. Friends, I would love to connect with you on Instagram and Facebook. I do have those links down below in the description box if you want to check them out and connect with me there as well. Once everything was dry, I'm going to add some greenery to the bed of the truck. These are just some picks that I get on Amazon, and I do have on my Amazon store, which is always linked down below. I always add all my favorite items. So if I ever say I got this on Amazon, chances are it is on my Amazon store. So check it out. It is linked below. I removed the bottom portion of the picks, and then I'm just going to hot glue them at an angle to the back of the truck. This is just going to give it the illusion that these pine evergreens are on the bed of the truck. And I think it turned out cute. Hot glue was sufficient. You can always staple them, but hot glue worked really well. I'm going to use a couple, actually 4 of these little wooden blocks from Dollar Tree. Just going to hot glue 2 behind each wheel on the bottom. This is going to help the entire design stay forward, stay upright when I use on my console table. I'm going to paint them white just to kind of make sure that it doesn't look so unfinished. And then I am going to antique the edges. I wasn't going to do that, but I felt like it needed a little bit of dimension, a little bit of distress on those edges because it's such a farmhouse truck. So I'm going to use a makeup sponge and some more of the antiquing wax, and I'm just going to do it lightly here and there. And I think this truck turned out so adorable. It's still up on my console table. It's perfect addition to winter decor. I love it. This next Dollar Tree hack is so easy, but I wanted to include it because it's so darn cute. All right, so this little jar is glass. I got it at Target Dollar Spot. It came in a set of 3, and this is the rounder one. This glittery ribbon is gorgeous. I found it at Hobby Lobby. I used it for a wedding bouquet that I made recently. I'm just going to cut off a piece of it that is just the same width as the neck portion of the vase. Once I had it cut, now I'm just going to kind of measure around and then cut the X's, and we're just going to hot glue it in place. Friends, I want to take a second and tell you about my Etsy shop. It's always also linked down below in the description box. I add new items all the time, and I've been adding some really cute tote bags. I have some really perfect ones for the spring season coming up, as well as weddings. So make sure you check it out and let me know what you think of them. Again, it's linked down below. Once I had the ribbon attached, doesn't it look absolutely stunning already? Like it could be left like this and it'd be so cute. But I found these stickers at Dollar Tree. They had a round look. They all had like a wreath look, and they kind of had farmhouse slash kind of glam. It had a little sheen to it. So I'm going to add one that I think is going to look really good. I'm just going to add it right to the front. It stuck really well to the glass too. I wasn't sure if it was going to stick, but it did. So I just placed it what I want to be the front, and that's it. Then I'm going to add some cute little flowers that I had on hand. I'm just going to cut off some of the excess stem. I thought the pink color would kind of complement well the sticker. So again, I'm just going to cut off the excess stem and leave just enough where the flower can tilt over. And I think this one turned out so adorable. Look at this little jar. Imagine if you made 3 of these, maybe in different heights, or use several of these as a centerpiece. Love it. For the next Dollar Tree hack, I'm going to take this Believe gnome sign that was left over from my Christmas stash. I'm going to remove the jute string, and then I'm going to use my palm sander to sand down the surface to remove any glitter that it had, and also to scuff off the surface because it will allow the paint to stick a little better. I'm going to dust it really well and clean it, and then we're going to give it 2 coats of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the country gray.
Can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city light.
Once it was dry, it's time to bring in this beautiful stencil that I got online. It says blessed, and it has a little bit of a tilt, which I actually like. It gives it a little bit of a character. I'm going to tape it down with some masking tape to keep it in place. I'm going to use a stencil brush from Essential Stencil, as well as Waverly chalk paint in the ink. And we're just going to start stenciling. The way I do it, I add very little paint, and I start just dabbing on the stenciling in a upward and downward motion.
Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now.
And then I'm just going to remove it. I remove it while it's still wet. You don't have to, but that's just what I prefer. I'm going to take some of this Dollar Tree lacy ribbon, and we're going to hot glue 2 strips, 1 on each side of the board. This is just going to add a little bit of interest texture and character to the sign. And once I had it on both sides, we're just going to flip it over and hot glue the ends to the back.
Pack our bags and get in that car. Leave a little note and we'll drive real far.
And now it's time to bring in the set of stickers for this project. I love these. These are, again, very 3D. They have a very spring look, but it could be used year-round if you wanted to. I'm just going to start placing them kind of where I want to see them so that they're pleasing to the design as well as to the eye. Once I had them in place, I'm just going to add a little bit of dab of hot glue. Now, these also stick, but they're not as sticky as the other stickers we use. This is why I am using hot glue to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Once I had them in place, I'm just going to add one more piece of that lacy ribbon to the back. Hot glue is sufficient, and this is so that we can hang it, and I think it turned out adorable. I love the gray. I know I always use white, but I love that I use gray, and I think it just looks so beautiful.
With the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday.
For the next Dollar Tree hack, I'm going to take a couple of these scrapbook papers. They came from a book that I bought at Hobby Lobby. For the first one, I'm going to use the striped green one, and I'm going to cut a strip that is 2 inches wide by 7 inches tall. Then I'm going to angle cut the ends at the top. We're just going to make it like a little pointy triangle area. And then we're going to cut off the little pointy side because we're going to make bookmarks. If you have followed me for a while, you know that I love making bookmarks. It's one of my favorite things to do. I'm going to use a hole puncher just to poke a hole right on top. And then we're going to bring in the set of stickers for this project. I love these. They have such a beautiful, dainty, girly look to them. And I'm just going to place this one right at the bottom of this bookmark. Once I had it in place, I'm going to add more of that lacy ribbon from Dollar Tree, which I think will look great for this design. We're going to thread it through the hole, make a knot, a very simple knot, and then we'll be done with this one. But we have another bookmark to make. And look how cute this looks. This will be great to even customize with a name and gift them to friends and family. I'm going to give these two to my daughter because she loves to read and she's always looking for things to mark her books. All right, for the next one, we're going to use this beautiful blue design. I'm going to cut it in 2.5 inches by 7 inches. I'm going to angle cut one side. I'm going to show you a trick. If you take the little piece of paper that came off and you flip it and you use it as a guide, then you have equal size angle cuts. That's how easy that was. I hole punched another hole right on top. And now we're going to use this beautiful, love this sticker. I love the yellow contrast with the blue. Doesn't it look beautiful? I did the same thing. I'm just going to add some of that lacy ribbon to the top, tied in a couple knots, and look how stunning these bookmarks look. You can use any design. This is just to inspire you. My daughter loved them. I love them. I think I'm going to make me a couple for my Bible, but I love the way it turned out. Let me know what you think of this one. Let me know what you think of all of them. And here's another video for you with tons more of Dollar Tree inspiration for you. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.
Trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just wanna go